What's up everyone, Brian Phobos here for another video about Electroneum. Now earlier, 6 days ago, I did a video about Electroneum and asking if it could be the next Dash. And we talked about the marketing behind Electroneum and how Dash had a very good marketing budget and marketing campaign and why that was a big part of its rise to success. Now 6 days ago, Dash was worth $600, which is crazy. And then it's almost worth $800 today. So just extreme price action across the board. But today I want to talk about if Electroneum, if the price of Electroneum has bottomed. So let's look at a couple things here. And let's get this expanded out a little bit. So we can look back here and we can see that the price got down to around 3 cents. And it's only being traded on Cryptopia, during this whole entire time, and that's still currently the case. So right here we had 2.4 cents, and then over here again we had around 2.5 cents. Now, I've been mining Electroneum, basically on free cloud servers, been doing a little bit of mining here on my Xeon processor, but running the full node wallet, and these are coming in from, the mining efforts that I've been doing. And then also I've had 2 buy points. So you see kind of where I'm at here with around 20,000 Electroneum. But I guess timing was right. I ended up buying here, and I was going to buy in several different segments. So I bought around like 2.5 cents. And then I actually bought up here again. It was around like 3.6 cents. And then we've popped clear up, around 5.6 cents, and then today we're at like 4.7 cents. So I would say my answer to that, if Electroneum prices have bottomed, it does appear that they have under the current economic conditions. And what I mean by that is the only people that have their coins are the miners. Obviously people with large GPU farms, they have a lot of electricity and a lot of equipment to pay off, so a lot of them might have sold off here earlier. Maybe they're holding, some are selling, some are holding, and that balance is kind of creating a little bit of this uptrend here. So what could happen, and there's speculation that Electroneum could launch the mobile miner on December 9th. Some people are saying it's going to be more like December 20th. We haven't gotten official word on that yet. So what could happen when that happens? So it's a little bit hard to gauge that, because how many coins are people using the mobile miner going to be able to mine? Is it going to be accepted to the Apple Store at that point, or is it only going to be on Android? So it could cut off part of the market there. Also, if the price goes up, do some of the people that have been mining, do they end up saying, hey, I got to take some profits here at these prices, and then they sell some? So it's just so hard to tell, what people are going to do. But let's look at a couple things. Now, there was another person in the Electroneum community that did show the Google Trends graph, and I didn't find that video, so I'm not really sure who exactly did that, but they gave an important point. So Monero is the red line and Electroneum is the blue line. And keep in mind that Monero has been out since 2014, and Electroneum is a clone of Monero. It's using Monero Helium Hydra, which is a great code base, and you have some of the best cryptographers in the world working on Monero. So let's say, as far as Google Trends are concerned, this was the peak for Monero so far. Now we're seeing an uptrend over here, but just from the marketing efforts for Electroneum during the ICO, we see that the peak for the marketing efforts is higher than Monero has ever been. And, of course, we got Monero clear up here at the 11th spot. So it just has a lot of eye traffic, just in general, from people going to CoinMarketCap and looking at these top 10, top 15 things. Now, I added in IOTA because IOTA is here at the 8th spot, and IOTA is actually extremely intriguing because it doesn't use a blockchain. it's quantum computing proof, because eventually in 10 or 15 years, quantum computing could potentially crack the elliptic curve cryptography that is used by, you know, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dash, all this stuff, Monero. Now that's in the future, 10, 15 years out. Obviously, they'll see it coming and make changes before that happens. But IOTA is for the Internet of Things, and it's already cryptographically supposed to be quantum computing proof. So there's a lot of intrigue around IOTA. But if you're looking at the search volumes, even this peak over here is not as high as the Google Trends peak for Electroneum at this point. Now, they haven't been marketing it strong because they're trying to get stuff hashed out with the mobile miner and all that stuff. So we do see an uptrend, obviously, right now with IOTA. But, I mean, as far as just like that initial push with the marketing efforts, before they had the $40 million that was generated in the ICO, you see how high it goes. You know, I anticipate that when everything's hashed out, that the marketing efforts are going to shoot this through the roof, and we're going to see a lot of visibility around the world. But if you just look at these search, you see a good spread. You see, you know, stuff coming from Russia, stuff coming from Australia, South Africa, Nigeria, Ghana. You see some stuff happening in South America, Canada, and the United States as well. So you see a good spread really on all three of these as far as kind of all around the world. You know, and again, on the videos on YouTube, I'm seeing people in India talking about it in Hindi. You know, you got people all over the world talking about it in Russia and all that kind of stuff. So as far as that goes, that's a good thing. That bids well for it. Now, again, with the economics of this, you know, a lot of people are speculating, well, how high can the price go? There are so many moving parts, and I just want to be realistic about it. But yet we have to be kind of unrealistic in a way, because I mean, in the last 6 days, Dash went from $600 to almost $800. $600 was ridiculous. $400 for Dash was ridiculous. I mean, 10,000, almost 10,800 for Bitcoin right now. That's ridiculous. All these prices are ridiculous. And I'm not saying they're not going to go higher. It's just that's the economics of it right now. People are buying. These price actions are absurd. You know, I mean, who earns this kind of money in a day? You know, what kind of return gets you that? I mean, people would hope to earn this in a year in the stock market. So we're experiencing exciting times. So I don't want to sit here and bridle Electroneum and say, you know, I think it can only get to 10 cents. I think it can only get to 50 cents. I think it can get to $1. Can I see $1? Absolutely. Absolutely, I can see $1. Can I see $2? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm seeing this over here. This stuff's ridiculous. You look at Monero, and it's up at almost $190 right now. And let's look at Monero, and not talking smack about Monero, because it's actually one of the very best projects in the crypto space, and has some of the best cryptographers in the world, like I mentioned earlier. But it took 2 years to have a GUI wallet, graphical user interface. 2 years. And, you know, I went through all that drama. I started mining Monero in 2014. So, you know, and it was like, well, we're working on the GUI wallet. And they were framing it out in 2014. And it didn't come out until late 2016. So that's the kind of stuff that we're gonna be able to jump over with Electroneum. We're not gonna have to wait for that kind of stuff. Now, right now, you know, this is Helium Hydra. Essentially, what you're seeing here is this command line wallet. You know, it says CLI, command line interface. So that's what you're seeing right here that I'm running. You know, and that's what I'm interfacing with here when I show the balance and all that. So, but let's look into this here. Mobile and light, you know, so let's see what kind of mobile wallet they have. Well, they don't have a mobile wallet. They don't have a wallet on Android or you know, on iOS. So here's my Monero. It's basically like blockchain.info. It's a web interface to the blockchain. And this is a, you know, this is a great wallet and all that stuff. I use it. But you know, you don't have an app. You don't have an Android app. You don't have an app for the iPhone. And so I think right now, you know, the Electroneum project's able to kind of, you know, skip forward on that, make it more user friendly. And you have to understand that Monero really doesn't have a marketing budget. And for a long time, it was kind of a part-time thing that a lot of these cryptographers are working on. A lot of the programmers were working on it as kind of a part-time basis. Now, some of that has changed probably right now since Monero has appreciated so much in the last year. But, you know, and I'd hope that in the future we'll see Electroneum go ahead and release the GUI wallet. They might be working on that, but their focus is probably on the mobile app. So let's look at a couple other things as well here. And we've seen, you know, it's not like this is all just vaporware. You know, we see the CEO, Richard Ells, demonstrating the mobile miner and that kind of stuff. So they're working on stuff, getting everything hashed out. And, you know, it seems like they're working around the clock. Let's look at something else. And again, with the pricing, mentally, these prices, $10,000 plus, and even stuff that's like a couple $100, even $100, mentally, it's a big barrier for a lot of people, even in the United States, Western Europe, Canada, but it's an even bigger barrier in places that maybe aren't as well off economically. And so lower price points, you know, in the dollar range are going to bid a lot more. You know, it's a psychological thing. I mean, let's look at Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway is Warren Buffett's holding company, and each share of Berkshire Hathaway is $287,000. Who's going to go out and buy a share? You got to be a baller, you know. So it's not even, and even the pricing for like Google or Apple, mentally, people, it's a psychological thing. And with Bitcoin, a lot of times people don't want to buy a portion of something. You know, at this point, a lot of people have had to start doing that. But even back in the 2013, 2014 boom, they were having to do that already. So, you know, just I guess a couple things to keep in mind with the economics. Well, let's go back to this again. Is yes, I would say that the price of Electroneum has probably bottomed, taking into consideration that it's on the one exchange, Cryptopia, and that the only people that have access to their coins are the miners. And, you know, a certain level of this is people coming in and finding out about Electroneum after the ICO, like I did. I didn't find out until maybe like over here, started researching into it, and then, you know, started doing some of the mining, and then started my buy points. And, you know, I was wanting to hopefully get up to around 100,000 coins. That's really what that was kind of a stretch goal. Now it's ticking upward, so I'm not sure if I'm going to completely get there. I'm not bringing in too many coins mining. I've maybe mined 1,500 coins, and I'll keep up those efforts. And then once the mobile miner comes out, hopefully I'll get some coins that way. But we don't know how many coins people are going to be able to get a day. It depends how many people are going to have the app. It depends on so many factors that we really can't take into consideration. Also, another thing, it can be a double-edged sword. Right now, it's only on Cryptopia. Let's say it got on Bittrex, hit BTC, and all these other stuff. I think it's a positive thing from one end, but I've seen it be a negative thing for certain coins in the past, because then you have these separated smaller pools of liquidity. And then if someone does a big sell order, there's a lot of slippage and it blows through the order book. So it's kind of a give take there, getting on other exchanges. I think overall, if it's able to get on, you know, Bittrex, HitBTC, and all that stuff like that, I think overall it could be a positive thing. And then in some respects, let's pretend the Android app comes out first. Let's say the Android app comes out first, and the only people that are able to do the mobile miner are Android devices, and the Apple users are cut out. That could be, again, a double-edged sword. It could be a positive that not as many people are maybe getting the coin. Well, let's think about that. It depends how many people are on the network doing the simulated mining and how fast they're going to airdrop these coins. So the fact that you cut out the Apple users, it's like, well, the Android devices would probably end up getting twice as many as they would if all the Apple users were on. So I would say that's more of a negative. Hopefully the App Store approves that and they get everything running there. But here's another thing I just want to say about all this, all the speculation that we're doing. And, you know, I'm making them, there's been a lot of questions about this, so I definitely want to give my 2 cents on it. But I think in general, in the cryptocurrency community, don't get too caught up on the drama. I mean, yeah, we've got this in the back of our minds. Okay, the mobile miner might be out December 9th, or maybe it's going to be out around the 20th. We're not really 100% sure when all that's going to go down. But if you tie up too much mental energy on one project, you'll drive yourself crazy. And I know there's a lot of people that participate in the ICO that are maybe, they're really wanting to get their coins and be a part of this, and they feel like they've been waiting for a really long time. Because we're seeing such extreme price actions, they might get upset and be like, we're missing out on all this. But just because, and then people like myself that came in after that, we weren't around in that drama. With Monero, a lot of you guys probably didn't go through the drama of waiting 2 years for a graphical user interface wallet. I mean, that's a long time to wait. It was just, so that kind of stuff can be pretty brutal. But I see it kind of coming out just around the corner. And some people are saying like, well, is Electroneum a scam and everything? I don't, if it was a scam, I'll tell you what a scam is some of these ICOs that have literally taken the money, didn't distribute any kind of token, and they just took off and we don't know where they went. And, other stuff like these Ponzi schemes like, Bit Petite, and they'll just do these exit scams and the website's gone, or Laser Online and, all that kind of stuff. BitConnect, eventually they'll do their exit scam. That's those scams. I mean, there's code running. I'm getting coins in, I'm mining. It's on an exchange. We're seeing the CEO front and center. They're working on the app. This isn't just framed out, guys. This isn't framed out. They wouldn't be able to easily kind of fake what we're seeing here in this mobile wallet. And after 2 years, a project like Monero doesn't have a mobile wallet. So there's a lot of positives here, guys. Don't get caught up too much in the drama. I got caught up too much in the drama with Monero, and I got caught up too much in the drama on Steemit. And of course, like my last post made $3.03, and this was a great video, and I felt like gave a great explanation of some of these dollar pegged things, and I could get really mad and be like, I hate Steemit. And you just have to kind of roll with the flow. And once you're diversified into 10 or 15 different projects, you won't get mentally as tied up. So hopefully that helps. And hopefully that kind of gives you a little bit of insight in the way I think about things. Am I going to increase my holdings to 100,000? I would almost have to see this go down some to really get that much exposure. But I am going to keep mining and hodling. I'm not selling these coins. I haven't sold any coins so far. So anyway, guys, follow me on all social media at Brian Phobos, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Steemit. See you guys later.